Welcome back. We are jumping into our second conversation for the morning, and it's all about the Flavors of Belize Cancer Society fashion show coming up this Saturday. We are joined by no strangers. One of them is no stranger, at least, to the morning show. We have with us Miss Laura Longsworth, and she is the president of the Belize Cancer Society Board, and also designer Emilio Pereira with us. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I am totally excited for this fashion show. I think that we always expect really great activities when it's cancer awareness and whatnot. But to see us bring together all these local or Belizean designers is absolutely wonderful. So I'm certainly excited about what would be the Flavors of Belize fashion show. So let's start there with the title, Flavors of Belize.
Well, I think Emilia is best suited to do that, being the artist, but certainly we thought a fashion show would be wonderful. We did not realize that it would be so amazing, where charity would be collaborating with art and culture.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's phenomenal. That in itself is really amazing. And I think that it is wonderful that the artist chose to collaborate with us at the Belize Cancer Society. And I mean, everybody's collaborating.
Yeah.
You know, there's an ask, even our artists, they're ready to assist. So this is wonderful. It's a change. Actually, the initiative is being spearheaded by Kim Simlis Barrow. She's out of the country at this time, could not be here. But we see it as an amazing way to raise funds and to get our community involved. So it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's so forward thinking and so innovative to have the Belize Cancer Society partner with designers or a fashion show. I mean, you think about two separate worlds coming together and to, as you said, to see and have this sort of willingness from designers, these creatives to say, hey, we want to partner with you guys. What's the motive behind or the inspiration for you, Emilio, behind partnering with the society?
Well, Ms. Ranelli contacted me and told me about the project, and I saw it as a great opportunity to provide, you know, like help the Flavors of the Jewel as a platform for other local designers, and with the amazing track record of the Cancer Society and the organization and how organized they are, I knew this would be the perfect opportunity to do something of this scale.
Yeah. Let's talk about your designs, what exactly you create in fashion.
Okay, well, I started, I'm locally like a accessories designer. I work with leather and natural materials, so I use like the cocoon seeds, the super seeds, JP Japa. I go sourcing these materials and trying to combine it and design accessories as it relates to fashion. But I'm also doing like furniture, wall, lifestyle accessories.
And how long have you been a fashion designer?
Well, I wouldn't, well, fashion in itself, I wouldn't know because I'm not, but I like creating and I like creating pieces, and then it just made sense, like the accessories industry is a very big and booming industry, and like it allowed me to be as creative as I would like.
Who would you say your pieces cater to?
Well, caters to women mostly. Yes, before I started off actually as a men's line.
Okay.
Yes, that was originally the plan. And then eventually, like, all these women just started asking me, can you make this? Can you make this? And so the business model kind of shift. And it allowed me to be more creative as well, you know, because I could use different materials.
Yeah, but and I know that your name is associated with a quality brand, and across the country, when you hear of Emilia Pereira piece, it is known to be a type of how would I say it? I didn't want to say high fashion. It's not necessarily a fashion designer, but it's of good quality. You initially started your studies in engineering. How did you come to that transition to go from engineering? I know there's some engineering involved in fashion and design, But it seems almost like a complete shift as well.
Well, initially here in Belize, like I always loved art, you know, and like I got into the scene and painting, but then back then it wasn't as, how to say, open-minded. Art isn't seen as something you could do for a living. But then when I went to school in Guatemala, and then I got exposed to the culture and the art, and it's very much a scene there,
Yeah.
I fell in love, you know, and I lived in Antigua for a very long while, and I got all the exposure. I started working with artisans, and I had a store there. And then before the pandemic, I came back and tried to see how I could do that same concept here. And we have a lot of amazing materials. It's just trying to pioneer this here.
Okay. Ms. Longsor, would you be able to speak about who are the other designers or artists whose works will be featured at the fashion
Actually,
show?
Emilio is the best person to do
Well,
that because
okay.
he works with them.
Yeah.
So he can go ahead and speak to that.
Yeah,
and I can-
Ronelli and I are the ones organizing the show, the fashion show itself. So we've brought in Julie Mango, we have Shail, we have, as it pertains to clothing, and then we have a line of the accessories department, which is like Zest. We have Beaded Looks from San Pedro, my brand,
That's your
Ziania.
brand as well? Beaded Look?
No, Beaded Looks from San Pedro.
Okay,
So
then
we
your
have,
brand.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's just trying to provide a platform or an elevated platform for these local designers to showcase their products and themselves and as a brand as well, because it's never been done before. So it's trying to change it up a bit, doing it a bit different this time.
So we know that the fashion show will definitely provide exposure for these artists, but let's talk about the charity aspect and
Yes.
how it will be used to support the Belize Cancer Society.
Yes, absolutely. All the proceeds from the event comes to us, and you do know that we've been struggling with finances since COVID, and so we've been focusing a lot on getting back on track. And the reason we're pushing so hard is that we've got to go back to doing our rural outreach to really educate our communities and to provide some service to them out there on cancer prevention.
Yeah.
There's a lot that needs to be done. We want people to really get screened early and know the risks of cervical cancer, have our men know that prostate cancer is a leading cancer for men in Belize, speaking to tobacco control and all those things. So these funds that come, this is what is great about this. We have all these amazing artists. They're not being paid for it. They will have their stuff on display, and we're hoping people will support their efforts by purchasing some of their stuff. But at the end of the day, it's a huge contribution, in-kind contribution to us, and all the proceeds come to us to be able to get us back out to do our cancer prevention and control initiatives. And so that is what is so amazing about this, because usually we put off a show, everybody has a fee, and of course we're all artists need to be paid.
It's their job.
Yes, but then for everybody to be able to come together, I think it speaks to the organization, it speaks to the organizers, and it speaks to the artists themselves who really recognize the value of supporting our event, and at the same time getting some exposure for themselves as well.
That's an excellent point,
Yes.
Ms. Laura, and I want to take it back over to Emilio, because when you are offering your service with no fee, a lot of times it has to come with some sort of value for the initiative or for the works being done. Is this something that was the reason behind you offering yourself as an artist to this charity work without payment?
Well, I've always wanted to do something like this, but of course we can't do it alone. And then so when Ms. Ronelli and the Cancer Society reached out, I was like, well, perfect opportunity here. And it's like a lot of our local artisans aren't known to the public, especially the older public. Who, if you don't have social media, you don't know, right? So then it was a perfect platform to provide this exposure. Yes.
So-
One would imagine that preparations have been on the way
Yes.
That was the most.
for some time. Let's talk about the preparation process for this, bringing all these artists and designers together, and perhaps a sneak peek of what can be expected.
First of all, we designed the runway in a special, unique way, never seen before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's a surprise.
Okay, are people going to come out of the roof or ceiling?
I wouldn't say much. But yeah, and I think like the guys, the artists that we have, they're all known and they're all like very strong in their element. So it was easy, just tell them like, show up and so it wasn't difficult for them to understand. But once I showed them the layout and I showed them, they got even more excited.
Yeah.
Yes. And the models came on, like everyone came on board and it.
Well, go ahead, Sam.
I'm thinking about how the setup will be, and I won't ask you for too much information. But when you think of a fashion show, especially clothing fashion shows, there are models walking on a stage, but we're not only showing clothing, we're showing jewelry, we're showing bags. So how will that work in the overall display of the models?
Yeah.
Well, initially we're going to have the show.
Okay.
Right? And then each model is going to come out and it's paired with the accessories and the clothing.
Okay.
Right? And then there'll be descriptions of each.
Okay.
And there's different segments to the show. And then after we'll have somewhat of a shopping experience where all like a pop-up of sorts. And then all of them are going to be like around, and it's going to be a more themed pop-up. So giving a space for the artisans and the artists to sell themselves, to show their brand.
All these items, would it be available for sale on that day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're talking about pieces that perhaps are unique to this show?
Yes, we have a lot of them. Actually, I think Kaj and several of them, and myself, bringing new pieces to showcase, so it's the first time. Again, like they understood it's a platform, a very good platform to show their stuff, so they got excited and they made new pieces for this event.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and I could imagine the preparation for each of the artists. It took months ahead of time, right, to prepare for something like this.
It's a lot of planning constantly. And promoting the event.
Yes.
Getting all the... It's been fun, really.
Yeah.
I should think so, because then suddenly we look up and every day we got the face of a new artist, and I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah, they reached out.
Yes.
Like this, they're like, how can we be a part of this? And then it was like a net, basically. Like a lot of people reached out, and people we didn't even know were there. So like,
it
was good.
very well supported.
Your thoughts on the work of these artists that you've seen? Did you know some of these artists
I had
beforehand?
no idea, so it's going to be an amazing experience for me, because I love fashion. And
I could tell.
And so it will be really, really amazing. But what I like is that I think that we're trying to create an experience that is a little bit different. Simply, we start by the setup of the room. That is going to be different for fashion shows than we know about. And apart from that, the seating will be, comfortable. And the most important, it's going to be lively. In between segments, there's going to be entertainment. We have giveaways, so people will be excited to see if they win anything. There's going to be an auction. And we have to tell you, we've got amazing sponsorship for things to auction and for just things to give away.
I was blown away.
What are we auctioning?
You're right.
What are some of the stuff?
The jewelry. There'll be jewelry and cell phones and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. Wonderful.
So it'll be really exciting stuff.
So where is the event taking place and the date?
It's going to be taking place at Caribbean Motors. Please don't call for tickets. The tickets are sold.
You lie.
It's done?
OMG. Already?
Sold.
I have random people like calling and messaging. Do you have?
We
could get you in the back door at least.
I was like,
Gosh.
It's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, tickets are
that's
sold
good
out.
though. That's good news.
It's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem, yes.
Yeah.
To be able to, although we feel bad though.
Yeah.
Is this something then that you imagine you'd have to continue for next year?
Oh, we would like to see it happen, especially the cultural aspect. I think it is just amazing, and if we can just keep this brand and just keep moving with it. Then we know it's an annual event.
Yeah, because since it's the first of its kind, like we're
It
still
is.
trying to
To
figure
it out.
Yeah, so
But they're doing a good job. They're
Yeah.
designing everything and working out the program. They've done a really, really good job. And the public bought into the promotions.
How many tickets did you guys sell?
About 300 tickets.
Wow.
So we can't really,
Fit anybody else,
yes,
even if
it's
you
just,
want.
it's just
Yeah.
enough, and there'll be food and drinks on sale and stuff like that. Everything to meet your comfort.
Like you said, it's the first time we're seeing so many designers and artists, Belize coming together on one platform.
I think it's a concept that everybody is curious about.
Yeah.
It's a concept of bringing on, because we don't know, we're just beginning to, every so often, I guess, I know I'm not so much on Instagram, okay. But when you go on, you see the stuff from different designers on there, and you don't know. But now there's an awareness that we have quite a number of amazing artists in our country.
And I think that was also smart to bring all these artists together, because I believe that individually each one of them have their own following, have their own loyal customers and fans for the work that they do, the creativity that they provide.
Yeah,
So,
I follow Ronelli on Instagram, and actually I've been seeing her sneak peek every so often, either a piece of material or a cloth or a meeting, and so that has piqued my interest, and I'm sure it has piqued the interest of others that are wanting to come.
And we try to
the
see if
show.
we could like inspire other people and like the artisans themselves, you know, to elevate and to bring their game, you know, and to up the quality, like all of these things we hope to do with this show.
all right. Well, I feel badly because I can't even say, well, guys, it's not too late. I can't even make it.
Behind the scenes any work.
But guys, we just want to say congratulations on selling out the show days before. And I guess we can remind persons that purchased their tickets where and when and what time.
So it's on Saturday evening and 6 o'clock in the evening, and at the Caribbean Motors facility. And I think it will be a very nice event. Come out and enjoy the artists, and let us celebrate. During Breast Cancer Awareness, we celebrate our survivors, but we also are celebrating our artists and Belize. And that's why the show is called Flavors of the Jewel.
And, you know, even if persons were not able to attend the fashion show, if they would still like to support the Belize Cancer Society, they can do so.
Yes, please do so. We are about to set up a system where people can have that facility, but in the meantime, reach out to us, 223-0922, if you have any questions. And most importantly, if you have your health issues, anything related to cancer, don't forget to check us, because we do a lot of patient navigation and we direct you to services. And I also want to say, during this month for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I want to ask the Belmopan Society to support our Belmopan Cancer Society. They're having their fundraiser on Saturday night as well, of their dinner and dance. So please get your tickets. And then, of course, at the end of the month, San Ignacio branch is having their annual cancer walk. So this is a big month for us as we observe Breast Cancer Awareness Month and honor our founder, Juliet Sobranes. So
Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you both so much for joining us this morning. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
thank you for having us.
All right. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, it's all about the John John's Blue play coming up. Don't go away.